At the dawn of the 20th century, Europe resembled a giant chessboard. Kings moved lightly, soldiers stood in ranks awaiting orders, and the great powers played a silent, chilling game of armament and alliances. The British Empire ruled the seas, France guarded its borders fiercely, Germany was rising with industrial power and a modern army, and Russia boiled from within. Meanwhile, the Austro-Hungarian Empire was an old, weary giant, trying to stay on its feet among youthful titans. The whole world was holding its breath. Everyone was arming up, building bases, signing secret pacts. But no one wanted to fire the first shot until that shot came. On a hot June morning in 1914, amid the narrow streets of Sarajevo, a gunshot echoed. A single bullet fired by a young Serbian nationalist tore through the chest of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne. Blood stained his royal uniform. His wife screamed before falling beside him. Love died, and with it, peace. That bullet didn't just kill a man, it killed an entire continent. Austria was enraged. They blamed Serbia for the assassination and sent a list of demands, long and humiliating. Serbia tried to negotiate but refused total submission. And so, Austria declared war. But things didn't stop in the Balkans. Russia came to Serbia's defense. Germany, allied with Austria, declared war on Russia. Then France. Germany invaded Belgium to reach France, and Britain entered the war to protect Belgium. Austria was enraged. They blamed Serbia for the assassination and sent a list of demands, long and humiliating. Serbia tried to negotiate but refused total submission. And so, Austria declared war. But things didn't stop in the Balkans. Russia came to Serbia's defense. Germany, allied with Austria, declared war on Russia. Then France. Germany invaded Belgium to reach France, and Britain entered the war to protect Belgium. The Great War. This was the first war of its kind. Trenches, barbed wire, poison gas, tanks, aircraft, and nameless soldiers who died without ever being mentioned in books. Front lines stretched from the North Sea to the Alps. In the west, soldiers sank into muddy trenches. Every inch gained cost thousands of lives. In the east, Russia struggled to survive the cold and starvation. Soldiers died slowly, not just from bullets, but from lice, from the cold, from mental collapse, from the endless wait in a darkness where you couldn't even see your enemy. Back home, mothers wait for sons who would never return, and letters arrived sealed with brief words. "We regret to inform you." Turning tides. In 1917, the balance shifted. Germany began sinking ships indiscriminately, even civilian vessels. One of them was the American ship Lusitania. The American public raged and politics moved. The United States entered the war, bringing with it millions of fresh troops and endless supplies. That same year, Russia collapsed into revolution. The people rose against the Tsars. The Eastern Front crumbled. Russia exited the war, but that didn't save Germany. By the fall of 1918, German forces were exhausted. The soldiers were drained. The economy was shattered. Protests filled the streets. Kaiser Wilhelm II fled and a republic was declared. And on the morning of November 11th, 1918, at exactly 11 o'clock, the guns fell silent, the fighting stopped, the trenches calmed. But the silence was not peace, it was mourning. The seeds of future conflict. At Versailles in 1919, the victorious powers dictated harsh terms to Germany. A treaty of humiliation. Germany lost territory, was forced to pay massive reparations, and was blamed entirely for the war. But what wasn't written on paper was rage. A deep wound in the German soul, a wound that would reopen 20 years later, dragging the world into an even darker war. A human tragedy. World War I was not just a political conflict or a power struggle, it was a human tragedy, a nightmare that hung over the world and stole more than 17 million lives. It made mothers weep, broke men, and changed the face of the earth. And to this day, we're still learning from its scars, or at least are trying.